Did you know that your 40s can be some of your most exciting years ever? Stay with me.
Dancing through the night, stronger, bolder, moving with grace, owning her story, she's setting the pace. Step by step, she's breaking the chains, living her life, she's changing the game. Power and beauty, rhythm and soul, African woman, she's taking control.
That's the way we say. Hello there. Okay. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel in her 40s, Unleashing the Dynamite Experience. We're on episode 8. I can't believe it. Like, even me by myself. I know I say this a lot, me by myself. Yes, it's just to buttress that myself, by myself. Like, when I think about it, it's amazing. But I knew that once I started this journey, there was no going back. And I also knew that, I already mentioned, I said I don't like to fail in public. So I'll set myself up in the sense that I can only go forward. I can improve on it, but I can only go forward. I can't go backwards anymore. I can't say I'm no longer doing this, because not only have I started, I genuinely am having a fantastic time. It's therapeutic for me. I'm able to channel the talkative part of myself because now I can talk for as long as I want. Imagine if I had to sit somebody down and be saying all these things. It might just seem like, the way you be rolling your eyes like, I beg, this one won't take talk, finish me. Now, this is actually something that is this talking gongo that is the cocoa. Fantastic. I think, I would say it's a mistake, but the best thing that happened to me is this studio, because now I don't have to pay for the studio time. All I have to do is just wear clothes. I have people that are willing and able. They say that they 5 minutes to shoot. So once I say I want to shoot like this, oh yeah, let's go. So people are in trouble. It's just, Sabina is still weekly I'm giving you. Don't worry, it might increase. You never know. But just saying, I am having a fantastic time. It's been therapeutic. It's been refreshing. It's been eye-opening because I'm also learning about myself as I'm talking. I'm learning, some things, some new realizations are coming to me as I'm talking. So, yeah, it's been nice. And maybe the reason why I'm going on this route is, for this episode, I want to talk about the power of new beginnings, the power of not limiting yourself, not putting yourself in a box. And the reason why I say that is because, of course, the title of my podcast is In Her 40s. And that's a reflection of me, because this is when I finally decided to start. And it's also because I want to emphasize the fact that it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you are in life, it doesn't matter what you're going through, just start. Like, just start. There's no better time to reinvent yourself than now. Wherever you are, however you are, just do whatever needs to be done. If you want to repackage yourself, please do it. If you need to reinvent yourself, please do it. If you need to refresh yourself in other people's minds or the way people see you, please feel free and do it. You are the author and the finisher. The power lies with you. You choose what direction you want your life to go. You choose the type of life you want to live, the quality of life you want to live, the kind of people you want to surround yourself with, all those kind of things. It's in your control. A lot of the time, that's what I believe. Of course, some things, I always say there are certain things not in your control, but there are definitely a lot of things in your control, especially when it has to do with your life. So this is me here at over 40, pivoting in my career. I've done marketing, advertising pretty much all my career. And now I own a content production space. It's still an arm of marketing slash advertising, I would say it's just a different path from where I was, or my core career was built on. So it's me pivoting, it's me trying something new. For the first time, I'm actually hosting a podcast. Can you imagine? Yeah. So I probably always suspected I was going to do something like this. I just didn't know in what way or what form. And I tried to talk myself out of it for a long time. But eventually, some ideas just nag you to the point that you have to do something about. At the very least, try. It's better for it not to work, and you can say, oh, I tried, it didn't work, or I tried, it wasn't the way I thought it was going to go, than for you not to try at all. And I think that's why I would always preach reinventing yourself as many times as possible until you get that version of yourself that you genuinely believe is you. And that also requires alignment with yourself. And that's because there's so many aspects of us that exist in this one person. You can't only accept some parts of you without accepting other parts, because they all add to you. So if you say, who is Temitope Dania? I can't only list the positives. I have to list both the positives and the negatives. And negative and positive is relative. It just depends on your perspective. So I would say maybe, oh, I used to procrastinate a lot. I can sometimes be lazy. I like easy life, soft life, if I can get it. But unfortunately, the God who created me, he know. So he know that this one, I give her an inch, she will take on yard. So he did not give me not too much of it, but just say it. So it's, you have to accept all the different aspects. You have to appreciate all the different aspects, and then you can start to work on it. It's the way, like with addicts, they will say, oh, you will say your name and what your vice is or whatever. So I've never been to any of those AA or whatever, but you see on TV, the way we say, oh, my name is Temitope and I'm an alcoholic, or my name is so and I made this. Because they say the first step is acceptance. So accepting and acknowledging what your maybe shortcomings are, or the parts of you that you'd like to improve, is the first step to changing them or healing them. And when you do that, you start to, I would almost say, go on a different kind of journey, because you're no longer in denial. Now is a case of, okay, I know that maybe I do this sometimes, or I don't do this, and I would like to do this. The person I'm trying to be is not someone who procrastinates. The person I'm trying to be cannot afford to be lazy. The person I'm trying to be has to be disciplined. The person I'm trying to be has to be more organized with their time, with their energy, with their resources. Person I'm trying to be has to be better at financial planning, financial management, all those things. And those are things that I'm not great at. And that's why I'm saying it, because I have to acknowledge and then try to work on it. So in the process of working on it, in some situations, there are things I can do alone. In some situations, maybe I need help or assistance or support from outsiders. So for example, it's saying, if I want to manage my finances better, I might not be able to do it alone. So I might need someone who is good with finances to help me properly plan or properly review maybe how I've been managing my finances till date. Then we can now create a plan that can work for me going forward, where I'm also able to still do some of the things I like, still pay my bills, and then still maybe set money aside for maybe saving, investments, portfolio building, and all those kind of stuff. I can't do that alone, because if I knew better, I would have been doing better. So I need help, but I can't acknowledge that I need help if I don't acknowledge that I have a problem. So that's where sometimes in the reinventing yourself, you have to take stock. Where am I? What am I doing? What am I not doing? And all those kind of stuff. So you don't just reinvent yourself in one way. You're trying to reinvent yourself across board. So analyzing is a big part of reinventing yourself. And that's where data gathering comes in. So you have to gather data about yourself. You have to gather data of who you are, how you have gotten to this point, why you want to change, what you want to change, and in what ways you need to change. then you can know what steps you need to take or what kind of choices you need to start to make, the kind of people you need around you to help you. Because sometimes when you're trying to achieve maybe a particular goal, you need a particular group of people around you, or people of a certain mindset, so that you're able to stay on that journey. Because if you have people that maybe are not more driven than you are, then it'll be easy for you to go back into your comfort zone. Because there's nobody pushing you, there's nobody sort of motivating you to do better or to be better. I've been lucky, I would say, especially in this journey. I've had good support system. I've had people that would sometimes charas me because that's what I need sometimes. But at the same time, sometimes motivate me as well. Sometimes just be that gentle nudge that you need to help you move forward. But if you don't allow, or if you don't accept that you need help, even when people are trying to help you, you won't be able to receive it because you are fighting against the help that they're trying to give. It's like someone trying to love you and you don't know how to be loved. You would fight against it. It would seem strange to you that how can somebody just be nice to me because they like me? Like you'll be questioning everything. And it's the same thing with accepting help. If you are not in a place where you can receive it, even if everybody was stretching out their hands to help you, you won't see it as that. You might see it as them trying to push you down further instead of it being that they're trying to lift you out of that place that you are. So in this whole reinventing myself, it was going back to go forward. And I think that's what started this whole trajectory, this whole coming out with the podcast. It was because there was a lot of self-reflection that needed to happen and across different aspects, different aspects. So this is first, I'll say first season, so to speak. So we're still just touching on a lot of things generally, so to speak. As we go further along, we start to dive deeper into specific topics, specific discussions, conversations. I'll probably even start having people join me on the show. That was always part of the plan. But luckily for me, when I started, I got a few people call and say, Tope, I'd like to join the show. I like it to me, so I want to gist about my experiences and things I've learned. I'm like, oh, fantastic. So to a large extent, it was validation on one end. And it says that, okay, so I'm right. There are people who have stuff to share. Maybe they just don't know how to share it. Some don't want to own an entire podcast. They would just like to maybe feature here and there and be able to share. And that's fine. Our stories are different. Our journeys are different. Our purposes are different. But for me, it's a case of there's probably been a lot that I've been bottling, so I need to first unleash, get some of it off my chest, off my mind. Then I can start inviting people and then we can start sharing our experiences and having conversations. And in doing that, it's me being honest enough with myself because I could have started with from the get-go having guests. It would have been me pleasing other people and not myself because I'd have been doing what I thought people wanted or what I thought would resonate faster, what I thought would build faster. Because I could have gotten someone who was maybe more popular than me in this space and partnered with them. And I would ride off of their popularity or their fan base or, whatever the case may be. But that's not the journey. The journey is the rough starts. The journey is the unsureness. The journey is the not being 100% perfect, stumbling along the way, learning along the way, and just figuring it out as you go along. So that's why some of it is not perfect. It's not meant to be. It's meant to just, I would almost say, show the progression, because the more I do this, the more comfortable I get in front of the camera, the more comfortable I get with sharing, because I can't lie, before I started, I kept saying, all these things I'll be saying, do I want to say it and people are looking at me? Because I have a crew that is behind the scene and I'm like, do I want to be saying, would they know? But then I'm asking myself again, but you're going to share it to the world. So how can you be feeling awkward or uncomfortable with just maybe 3, 4 people, and then you want to share this with the entire world. But it's different because I'm not seeing the entire world's reaction, but I can see the reaction of people in my front. So it was a case of, are you sure? Maybe you just tell them, show me how this camera works. I'll be doing it at home or something. But that's still me trying to hide behind something. And I had to break that because any which ways, I'd already decided the podcast was going to happen. But you know the way, maybe that's your inner critic or the quote unquote, the devil will try and manipulate you into not starting or giving you another reason to pause, to delay, to postpone. But I was just like, okay, so if I'm going to be exposing myself to the world, then why should I be scared of 2 or 3 people that will be there real time as I'm saying that? So, fuck it, let's do it. That's my new motto in the last 2 months. Fuck it, let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? That's it. So, yeah, we just went ahead and we started. And in the starting, I'm seeing parts of me that I didn't even know. Maybe I knew existed or maybe I was unsure of, but I'm seeing parts of me come out that I'm happy that it's coming out because it wouldn't have come out if I didn't decide to start this. I'm seeing myself be more confident in myself, in my abilities. I'm seeing myself being more comfortable in my own skin. So that whole accepting who you are and blah, blah, blah is easy to say, but until you start to do things that you haven't done before, you don't know. You know, sometimes you're not sure. It just sounds nice on paper. But until you start to actually embrace those things before you know that, okay, yeah. So yes, I would joke and say, oh, I have squares. It's true, I have squares. And I mean, the square is not bad. It's not as if I have squares like I will flip on you or break bottle or all those kind of things. No, it's not. It's square. That's 1 minute I'm serious, the next minute I'm dancing and playing. Yes, it's that type. And I love it. I like it. It makes me who I am. It also makes me self-sufficient. So I'm my own entertainment box. I don't need anybody to entertain me. I can be in my house for days without stepping out. Okay, yes, of course, there's external stimulation, TV, internet, and whatnot. But just saying that I don't need to have like people around me all the time to feel entertained or stimulated or whatever the case may be. So I've learned to be okay with my own company. And part of that being okay with my own company is enjoying my own company, enjoying myself. And then it makes it easier for people to enjoy your company as well. Because when you're out because you want to be, not because you need to be. So I'm not feeding or sucking off other people's energy. It's more than me, if I'm bringing energy. We're sharing energies, if you get what I mean. Yeah. So it's been interesting. I love it. And I think why I am very particular about this topic in terms of reinventing yourself and starting from where you are is because sometimes society tries to put us in boxes, especially when it comes to things like age or gender. You can't do this when you are this. You should do this before you are this age, before all those things. And for me, it's a you problem. Once I learned to separate, put my problems in boxes, made life easier. Some problems are not my own. It's the person who you want to just project on my head. It's a you problem. It's not a me problem. The way some problems are tomorrow's problem, not today's problem. So why should I bungle myself? It's tomorrow, we'll deal with it tomorrow. Don't worry about that. Till tomorrow. For today, please, let me have peace of mind. When tomorrow comes, we'll sort it out. Yes. So, like I was saying, some boxes is more people trying to project their own maybe ideologies or way of life on you. But you can reject it. You can jump and pass. Like, nobody's forcing you. If someone says, oh, if you're not, so maybe I'm a walking, what's that word I'm looking for now? If I find it, I'll tell you. But basically just saying that some boxes I've not ticked. I've not married. I don't have kids. I'm over 40. I've probably not even really hammered. So there are some things I've not still, quote unquote, achieved. I know the hear word as a woman, I'm not necessarily submissive. I can submit to someone who is worthy of that submission. Because I think sometimes that's the problem. We're trying to force women to submit to guys who are not deserving of submission. They themselves, they are supposed to be under people. You're not saying that one woman should submit to them. So no, it's easy for women to submit when a guy takes charge, when he leads, when he's clear about the direction he's trying to take us as a family or as a couple or as a partnership. It's easy to submit because you trust that person. But it's hard when you're with someone who is wishy-washy, confused, and you say, I should submit. How? Kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ now. But I digress. But just saying that, so some people will look at me and probably say, well, I've not achieved some things. Some people will think maybe I've achieved some, or whatever the case may be, but it's not there. I'm not looking at their own measuring stick. It's my own yardstick. What is my yardstick for myself? And my yardstick for myself has no time limits, has no boundary or anything. And that's also because it's not because I didn't used to think like that, but because certain things they happen when I thought they would happen. In the whole thinking and reflecting, I had to start to understand that the way of God is not the way of man. So you are the one that is putting a time band on your blessings or your achievements and all those kind of things. God did not put a time band to it. He didn't say, oh, it's until you are 40 before I will do this for you, until you clock 50 before I'll do this for you. It doesn't matter. And that's why you can't look at, Yoruba people will say, Ole wago ala go shishe. You can't look at another person's clock to gauge your own time. I don't know if I got that translation, but basically you can't measure your success by another person's, success, basically. So some people became multimillionaires in their early 20s. Some people will probably never be multimillionaires till they die. It's not a cost. It is what it is. So you can't say, that does not mean that that person who was not a multimillionaire did not live a successful life or did not live a rewarding life or an enriching life. If anything, that person might have even lived a fuller life than the person that is a multimillionaire. So it really doesn't matter. It's just that how we measure things as humans is different, I would say it's different from the way maybe God measures it. And it's different based on where we're from, where we grew up, culture, background, and all those kind of things. So there's no yardstick for succeeding. There's no yardstick for growing. That's a continuous thing. So I can succeed at any time in my life. My growth, my awareness, my enlightenment, exposure can happen at any time. Some people never travel out of their states until they are 50. And maybe that travel out of their state is from, so for example, let's say maybe, I live in the village. I grew up in the village. At 50, my son or my daughter now decides to carry me to America. So the first time I'm leaving my village is the first time I'm going to Lagos, is the first time I'm going to London, or the first time I'm going to America. The first time I'm doing all those things that some people did over years. It happens like that. So would you say that that person, the first 50 years of their life, they were not successful because they had not seen these places or gone to these places? Whereas another person could have gone to Lagos first, the first 3 years, then another 2 years, they did not go anywhere. Then maybe 5 years later, that's when they finally went to London. But one person, the first tickets they bought for them was Lagos to London to America. Bam. First day, all the exposure happened at the same time. So I don't know how I reached it, but that's the example that came to my head. So it's just saying that there's no timeline, there's no box, there's no conforming into anybody else's schedule. It's your schedule, it's your timeline, it's your and that's saying that you are not putting a timeline per se. It's more that you are enjoying each experience as it comes and you're allowing yourself to live through it. Because if you focus on the when and the how, you might not enjoy while you're going through whatever it is you're going through, because you are going through those experiences to be something else or to become something else. If certain things don't happen to you when you expect, that might be God's way of testing your faith. That might be his way of testing your resilience, your consistency, your hard work, whatever it is. That might be it. And sometimes it might just be that you didn't do certain things when you should have. And that's why you didn't get some results when you also should have. So, for example, is maybe if I graduated at 30 instead of at 22, might be because I failed JAMB or I didn't write JAMB on time, or, some things. And in some situations, it might be that, the school I went, they went on strike multiple times. Sometimes it's things that you've done or not done, and sometimes it's out of your control. So that's why you can't really put a time ban to it, because it would happen. If it's going to happen, it would happen. It might just happen at different times. So we can all succeed. We just will not succeed at the same time. It will be at different times, on different levels. And understanding that gives you peace of mind. It gives you some sense of calm. And it also helps you stay in faith, because you know that it's not because it's not going to happen. You just have to believe it until it does. Action, 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 action. Average juicy no pita zibati walode. As you sing that song for karaoke. Anyway, yeah, welcome back. We had break in transmission. Nigeria. So we had a trip in our power. So we're back. Can't remember what I was talking about. I know I was talking about reinvention, but I've lost my train of thoughts. But we'll pick it again. So, like I said, you can't conform yourself to other people's expectations, other people's timelines. Just work with how things are flowing, because even you too can't set timelines per se for yourself, because you are not 100% in control of every factor that would make that thing a reality. But you can try, you can try. Yes, definitely. And it's not saying that you don't set goals for yourself and sort of put some timelines and whatnot in it, but it's saying that you don't let those timelines hold you back. So when you don't achieve it, you don't kill yourself. It's just to look at, what did I do or what didn't I do that made this not happen, or that made me not be able to achieve this goal by the time that I set. So some things is man-made in terms of you caused it. You didn't do what you should have done. You didn't put in the work. You were not consistent enough, or you didn't make the sacrifices that needed to be made, and all those kind of stuff. But sometimes life happens. Certain things happen out of your control. You can't beat yourself up over that. You can beat yourself up for the things you didn't do. Yeah, sure. And even that, don't overbeat yourself. Just take action. That's the most important thing. Take action. So yes, sometimes you might drag your feet about doing certain things, but once you realize, just do it. And I've learned that for someone who likes to stay comfortable, the best way to get myself to just do it is to set myself up, and setting myself up by taking that first step that I can't retrace. So either telling people about it, committing to it in some way, so that even if I want to go back to that default mode, it's harder, because I've now put myself in a position where I have to sort of continue and I have to make that happen. So I'll give you an example. When I finally decide that I'm ready to take my working out life seriously, I will set myself up. I will announce it to everybody. If possible, I'll probably do some form of accountability scheme. So I'll give you an example and this is something I've thought about for a long time. In fact, I'd done it with one of my close friends. So I did 3 months I needed to do either 10,000 steps every day, or I think it was 30 minutes active working out. So, there are some exercises that is not counting as steps, but it's still activity. So I did 3 months with my friend, and I told her for every day I did not check in or I did not do. So it was two things. I was taking my supplements and then I was working out. So I said for every day I didn't check in, each one, either one I didn't do, I'll pay you 5K. And this, my friend, likes money. And not just that she likes money, she appreciates money. So even if it's 1,000 naira, you told her, she will chase you as if it's 1 billion. So immediately I told her, she took it upon herself. That was her personal assignment. So every day, but luckily for me, she pitied me small. So sometimes she will send me a reminder before. So our deadline was 12 midnight every day. So that's, you have the entire 24 hours to at least achieve that. So sometimes she'll send me a reminder, say, Madam, it's 8 p.m. I've not seen anything from you. So even if I haven't done it, I'll quickly start skipping or jogging or something on the spot just to get my numbers up. And because I had to be coughing out 5K or 10K every day for not doing something, I was more motivated because I realized that it was taking something out of me if I wasn't doing it, especially when it's something that didn't really cost me anything to do. So first of all, I spent money to buy these supplements. So why am I not taking it? Second of all, this working out, I decided it's something I want to do for myself, but I'm not doing it because I'm not as motivated. So immediately I put somebody else in charge of, I'd almost say, being my accountability partner. And the mistake we make sometimes is we're looking for people that are doing the same thing as we are to be our accountability partners. It doesn't necessarily matter. My friend wasn't working out, she wasn't taking supplements, but she was tracking me on a steady, like on a daily. So at the end of the week, she will send me my reports. Day one, you did this one, you didn't do this one. Day two, okay, you did both. Day three, so end of the week, this week, you are owing me 20K. Next, this week, you are owing me 15K, whatever the amount was. And I paid. I paid because you have to stand by your word, because sometimes we'll do those things and they will now say, is it not my friend? So if you want to collect money from, no, you pay because you have to feel the pinch for you to do it. So I was quite consistent for those 3 months. But immediately we finished the 3 months, I went back to status quo. So now I know that if I want to make something, maybe a lifestyle habit, I have to put myself in a position where other people are checking me, because obviously I can't check myself. I, I admit it. I can't check myself. I will make excuses for myself. I will allow myself get away with shit. So I've known that now as some people are fantastic. Once they decide they want to do something, they just start and there's no going back. I wish I was like that. I honestly wish I was like that. I hope I'll become that kind of person. But for now, I'm not there yet. So I need other people to check me. I need other people to hold me accountable. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to admit it. It's fine. So once I put myself in that position, I know that I would stay true to it as much as possible. So, in fact, I'm currently just started one. What's today? Yeah, I currently just started one yesterday. So a friend of mine promised me if I didn't do certain habits for a month, he would pay me 1 million naira. So I'm on this journey. I will struggle, but even if I was a billionaire, free 1 million naira, I will do it, especially for something that is to my own advantage. I will do it. If all I do is to test myself, let me attempt. Let me attempt. It's okay if I don't make it, but at least let me attempt. It will be a disappointment if I didn't even make an effort. I think I would regret that more than making an effort and maybe messing up after 2 weeks or breaking it after. Yeah, I'd rather that. So yeah, let's try. Let's see how far I can go. For 1 million naira, I go 30 days. Before you blink, 30 days has finished. So yes, I have to give myself 30 days. Yeah, so sometimes you just need external motivation, but you have to admit and accept for that to also work in your favor. So if you want to reinvent yourself, sometimes you need people to hold your hand. Sometimes you need people to spank you. Sometimes you need people to push you where you need pushing, but you have to know what you need so that you can seek for that help or that support. So I know that I need external accountability, so to speak. So at least for now, for this stage that I am in my life. So I'm learning to also ask for help. Is it comfortable? No. Is it familiar? Not really. But no man is an island and you can't do it alone. There are some people that have gone through these things and they can show you easier ways or better ways to go through it. Like you don't have to go through the entire rough journey. It's the reason why we watch maybe things like documentaries, autobiographies, biographies, and those kind of, because you're trying to learn from other people's experiences, other people's stories, so that you can maybe take a faster route or avoid certain pitfalls along the way. And that's part of it. So asking for help is also trying to make that journey sort of easier for yourself. So you don't have to endure all the hardships. You get support, you get assistance, you get help, so you get coaches, friends, whatever it is that you need at the time, and you get them so that they can keep you on the right path, even if you're trying to stray. They can refocus you to where you need to be so you stay on that journey, because the reinvention does not happen overnight. Your old self would always fight to, you know, come back to the forefront, stay in power, whatever you want to call it, stay in control. So that reinvention, you have to stay true to it. If I want to repackage myself as a phone speaking, spirit somebody, it won't happen overnight. So first of all, I have to start shedding certain behaviors, mannerisms. I have to now start imbibing certain behaviors, mannerisms. I have to start learning to speak in a certain way, carry myself in a certain way, maybe associate with certain kinds of people, go to certain types of places, all those kind of little things. So maybe I'll no longer be going to Bukaramala joints where we are sweating and do, because I'm trying to be posh. Yeah, just saying. But yeah, so the reinvention happens, it's a process, like with everything in life. It's a process, and yet staying true to it, is what now makes that reinvention happen totally, completely. So me reinventing myself is not me changing who I am. It's just me shedding certain layers that no longer serve me. So it's me peeling back the onion and seeing the fresher parts of me, what else is revealed in the course of this reinvention. Because sometimes the reinvention shows you parts of yourself you didn't know existed, shows you or pushes you to limits that you didn't think even you could overcome or surpass. It's like, I remember I had a friend who did Mount Everest, I think. Was it Everest or Kilimanjaro? I can't remember. One of those. And it wasn't just the fact that they actually went through it that was the trip. It was more who they became in working towards that. So I won't say, oh, I want to climb Mount Everest and I just buy tickets and buy gear and just go and climb. You have to train for it. You have to plan for it. In that process, you see certain aspects of yourself that you probably didn't know you had or you were capable of, because it would test certain limits. Maybe it would test your endurance, it would test your skill, it would test your creative thinking abilities, and certain things that you might not use in your everyday life. It would test those things, and it gives you newfound maybe confidence in yourself, because now you discover that, oh, okay, if I set my mind to something, I can actually achieve it, or I have the endurance to be able to climb this mountain that's, even if you don't get to the top, but just that I trained for it and I attempted it, that in itself would reveal a part of you that you probably didn't know. So that's why I say the reinvention would show you parts of yourself that you maybe didn't know or didn't acknowledge, but you start to appreciate as you start to discover them. So it's been an eye-opener for me. It's been refreshing also, because I'm learning to what I say, imbibe different things I've learned over the years, because I'm now finding myself in a position where those things can come out or can come to bear. So I'll say, for example, you can say, oh, well, I'm this type of leader. But until you find yourself in a leadership position, before you can now start to exude maybe some of those qualities. So, of course, if you're a leader naturally, whether you are with a group of friends or in a work setting, you always sort of carry yourself that way. But I'm saying more in terms of like the day to day, the mindsets, the way you respond to situations, react to chaos, challenges and all those kind of things. It can only start to come out when you find yourself in the position of being a leader. So whether you're leading a team of people, a group of people in your church, or, a department in your office, whatever the case may be, but you find yourself in a position where people are looking up to you to make choices, to respond to certain things, then you start to know what you're capable of. Then you start to know what type of leader you actually are, what type of person you actually are. Sometimes that's when you test your boundaries. So maybe if you're the kind of person that gets flustered when things are not going the way you planned, in that process, you start to learn how to calm yourself, how to adjust, how to deal with those situations without getting worked up. If you've not found yourself in those situations, you might not know that's how you respond to chaos. So because things have probably never been your core responsibility, it always seemed that, oh, I'm good under pressure. But when it becomes your core responsibility, that's where you know the real pressure. Because it's now not somebody else is dealing with it. I'm just the one that would execute. For example, now you are the one dealing with it. Now you are the one deciding what needs to be done, how it needs to be done. Then you know if you genuinely can respond under pressure. Because it's like our CVs, all of us who write, oh, I work well under pressure, I'm quick on my feet, let them throw you into the deep end. Then you will know if you really work well under pressure. Some people, small pressure like this, they're already, but in their CV, that's one of their skills. I'm very good under pressure. And somebody let pressure hit you first. There you go, no. There you will know. So sometimes you have to learn in the thick of it, Some things you have to learn in the thick of it. Some things you can learn from afar. But certain things you have to go through in order to learn, to go through in order to know if you are capable or not capable. Then you can now start to build that capability, So my own reinvention is I'm not putting a time limit to anything that I want to do, anything that I want to achieve. My reinvention is me accepting who I am as a person, as an individual, as a friend, as a daughter, as a future mother, future wife, future lover, future partner, future business partner, future world leader, all those kind of things, future billionaire in dollars. That's in dollars. I know they forget them in dollars. Yeah. So all those things is believing that those things are possible for me and trying to work towards it, because there's one thing, you can believe all you want. You can be sleeping on your bed every day and be saying, I'm a future billionaire in dollars. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's not deceive ourselves. Not going to happen. Even if I was a rose girl, I had to dress up and go out for somebody to see me and do. You have to do something. Even if you want to do money ritual, you have to do something. Maybe you have to find the Baba where Sabi do you have to do something. Then they will ask you to sacrifice something. Now go and find the neck of a tortoise that is 2 weeks old, or the toenail of a lion that's not eating today. Whatever it is, certain efforts needs to be made. And that's why I say God is a God of process. You have to do something to get something. It's part of life. So you can wish and dream all you want, but until you start doing the work, then no reinvention is happening. No evolving is happening. No growth is happening. You're just in the same place, probably just running around in circles. That's why some people can fast and pray from now till tomorrow, but nothing. One progress they no go see. Because the time that they're supposed to go and used to look for work, they are going to go and sit down in church and be praying. Instead of them to dust their CV and go outside and be looking for work, they are kneeling down praying in church and asking God to give them work. I'm not saying prayer does not work, oh, please. But prayer, you have to support it with action. And even God says, say, you do first, then I will bless what you did do. If you don't do, what am I blessing? You have to do something. So action is required. So that's why I say start wherever you are. If I started this since, by now I would not popular. By now, maybe I'd have been making money from this. But I didn't start then. No problem. Start. Shall start. Once you reach the point where you start, start with what you have, start with who you are, start with whatever it is, just start. You make the mistakes as you go along. You'd also learn as you go along, and you'd improve as you go along. So I know without a doubt, my first episode, I was nervous. Maybe it didn't really show, but inside I was nervous because I kept asking myself, hey, what am I going to talk about? Hey, what am I going to talk about? That was what kept going on in my head. But by the time we're doing second, third episode, I was getting more comfortable with the camera. I was getting more comfortable with the fact that I had some sense to share. Some of it might not make sense, but some will also make sense. So remove the one way no make sense and take the one way make sense. Now so if inside 1 hour, 30 minutes makes sense, I've tried. You say do your own. If you get sense past me, you to do your own. We have the space, dynamite space. We're here for you, please. Come. Come and share your beautiful nonsense. We're here for you. We'll help you package it well so that people will at least listen to it. Yes, we're here for you. We got you covered. But just saying, so just start. You don't know what it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a podcast. It can be an idea, a concept, something. But you have to also start with your, I would almost say like your target in mind, in the sense that what are you trying to achieve? What's the value that you're trying to bring? What gap are you feeling? So for me personally, this podcast was me sharing my experiences, what I learned. Hopefully somebody else can learn from it. Somebody else can use that and apply in their own lives. Not necessarily apply the way I dealt with it, but just it gives you the opportunity or the freedom to also learn from your mistakes. And that's because someone else has sort of accepted theirs, Uh, the way they say sometimes when you let your light shine, you give other people permission to let their light shine as well. Because if you're standing in your truth, in your light, people are not scared to shine because they know that they will shine. Okay, I'll give you this example. Let's say maybe I'm having a birthday party, say my 40th birthday. I'm looking smashing, gang from top to bottom. The people that I've invited, if they know that this person, oh, there's no way you can outdress her, they feel free to go and knock their best clothes. They will call tailor and couture the life out of their outfits because they know that no matter how flashy I get, I can't outshine this host or the hostess because I know that they will come correct. Yes, you've given them permission to flourish. If you are going for party that you know that the host will go and wear one Kweguleme's clothes, then you'll be questioning your own outfit because you don't want to outshine the host. That's why you be say, this is my clothes. Would they not say it's too much? Would they not say I'm dressing past the host? Would they not say, so yeah, automatically you are dimming your lights because the person that is hosting the event is not going to shine. So you don't want to outshine them. But if you know that this person is going to, what are you saying? You will go all out because you know that there's no amount of decking I want to deck. I can't outshine this host because they're always fully decked. They always look good. They always dress up. They always, as in, they understand their assignment. Then you go out of your way to, me too, I want to deck because I know that everybody's going to be looking smashing. Yes, they've sort of given you permission to explore, to just radiate that beauty and light within because they would be correct in their own way. So that's a trivial example, but it's the truth. It happens. You're going for an event and you're overthinking what you wear because you already know that people that are doing these events now, if you wear this cloth now, they'll say, now, wow, she the bride, is she the celebrant? If I know that the person that is doing the event is going to be looking smashing, know how I can go and look for the designer of the year because I know that I'm myself. Let me stand beside my friend and say, hey, that kind of stuff. So yeah, so sometimes you letting your light shine gives other people permission to shine as well. It makes them unafraid because they know that they can't dim your light regardless of what they do. So they don't need to shrink to make you feel better. They don't need to shrink so that you can shine small. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't want anybody to shrink or dim their lives for me. And I don't want to dim my life for anybody. I've realized that that's me doing a disservice to myself. So why would I want that for somebody else? I want to shine as much as possible and shine in a way that pleases the Lord. Yeah, I want to shine in a way that pleases the Lord. But it's just say, honestly, I want to explore. I want to explore how brightly this light can shine, how much of a fulfilling life I can live, how much adventure, how, how much how much more adventurous I can be. Like I want to explore life. There are so many places I haven't been to, so many countries I have not seen, I've heard about. So I would love to go. There's some experiences I've never experienced, never entered private jets before. I want to experience it in this one lifetime. It's not impossible. It will take some work. It might take some time, but there are so many things I'd love to experience, and I don't want to hold myself back from believing that I can experience those things. So who is to tell me that I can't experience those things or I can't have those things? If I say I would love to have a beach house and on Thursdays I retire to my beach house, maybe every other week, Thursday to Sunday, I'm just there chilling, enjoying myself. By the time I come back to city life on Sunday, I've refreshed, I've rebooted, it's possible. And for me to have beach house, that means I have city houses because it cannot be my first house that we am building the beach. I will build the one that is everyday house first. That one is like vacation home, chilling home, those kind of thing. That's the sprinkle. Yes, of course. So it's very possible. I don't know. I cannot limit myself to thinking none of those things are impossible for me. No, 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 no. They're very possible. They're doable. Just maybe require mindset change, require behavior change, lifestyle change, doing certain things in a different way. So I've always been maybe a hard worker, but I need to work hard in a different way. Or maybe I need to work smarter, not just harder. I need to maybe learn to network better. Or I need to learn that different things, but you have to try and figure it out. So those things you want, they're possible. That's where the whole reinvention comes in. And that's why when I was saying that the reinvention is not just the packaging, it's more because you are trying to evolve to a version of yourself. And in that evolving to a version of yourself is also evolving to that version that is deserving of some of those things that you want, deserving of some of those things that you pray for, deserving of some of the blessings that God has kept for you. You will not give your blessing to anybody else, no matter how badly you behave. No matter how, yes, he won't give it to anybody else. He won't carry my blessings I give to Kechi or give to Shukura. No. It's mine forever. I will die without receiving it. That's on me. But it's not going to carry it and give it to somebody else. No. It's up to me to evolve to the version of myself that is worthy of receiving those blessings, of receiving those things. So why not if not? I will keep reinventing until I get to that place. There's no perfection. It's an unending journey, but at every point in time, we're reinventing. Our skin is shedding on a regular basis. Our hair is shedding on all that is reinvention. It's because the cells have to regenerate, renew. So the same thing has to happen with your mentality, your mindset, your emotions, your physiology, everything. You have to keep reinventing yourself, shedding the old and revealing the new, imbibing new, fresh, everything. It's part of it. So that's part of the journey that I'm on. And for now, I would say for now, I think probably forever, it would continuously be an interesting journey. Because as long as my mindset is that of evolving, it would always be an interesting, every new phase I get into would always be interesting because I'm no longer looking at it as, oh, this is a challenging phase or this is problematic or this whatever. It's more that, oh, this is a different phase. Oh, interesting. This is what's happening. Interesting. I'm more aware, or at least I'm learning to be more aware as things are happening. So I learned something about myself earlier this week. And I was sending a voice note to my coach because we're talking about something. So she had said, "We'll send me a voice note later on in the day." And I realized that because I spent so much time focusing on this learning from my past experiences, I didn't realize that I was going through experiences currently in the present, real time. So while I was learning from the past experiences, certain things, certain changes were happening with me, but I wasn't paying attention to them because I was so focused on the past and what I'd learned from the past, that as those things were happening in real time, I wasn't aware of them. I wasn't conscious of them. So I wasn't imbibing them because I'm changing. The topic that is being revealed every day is different. But because I wasn't necessarily paying attention to that, I wasn't absorbing it and embracing it and owning it. So I would say it, but my subconscious wasn't absorbing it. So I'll be saying, "Oh, the MDCEL, blah, 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 blah." It sounds nice. But in my subconscious, I wasn't fully owning that new title, new position, new phase that I was in because I was so much focused on how I got here. Now, don't get me wrong, the how I got here is why I'm where I am now. But it's just saying that an added realization was the fact that I don't have the luxury to learn from in the past again, going forward, 40 something years. Now in the present, as I'm going forward, every day I'm going through an experience. Every day I'm going through something. I'm dealing with something. I'm experiencing something. There's a learning in every day because every day I'm still shedding some weight, some layers, and I'm incorporating new ones. So if I don't take time to acknowledge that on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever it is, time would have passed before I now say, "Oh, I want to look back on the past." I don't have that luxury of past again. I don't have. I don't have. I've already spent so much time hesitating, procrastinating, postponing, fearing, being scared, whatever it is, that now that I've started, I have to do both almost simultaneously. I'm learning from the past and the present because things need to happen quicker. I didn't know I was doing that until a conversation triggered it and I had to think. And then I realized, oh, wow, this is what was happening. And that's something I probably never would have thought of if I wasn't on this journey. But I was able to think of that because I was already on this journey. So that's why I said sometimes in the process of this whole self-discovery, you're learning things about yourself because you are your perspective is changing, your mindset is changing, how you deal with stuff, how you react to stuff, all those things are changing. So as those changes are happening, you have to acknowledge them to further buttress them. It's like putting nail to say, yes, this happened. So I didn't just say, "Oh, I'm calmer now," or "I'm more this now, I'm more this now." When situations happen that I would have reacted differently, I acknowledge them so that even my subconscious accepts that, okay, we're not just saying we have changed. We have genuinely changed because there's evidence. Because your subconscious works on evidence. There's evidence. So there's evidence that I've changed because this happened and I didn't do this. This happened and I did this. This happened and I did it. So your mind, they are giving your mind more data to validate the fact that you have changed in a certain way. You're thinking in a certain way, you're behaving in a certain way, you're reacting. Yeah. So you have to keep giving your subconscious data. Otherwise, those things don't stay and you don't own it. You don't carry yourself in that way. And I think that's probably why, that's what I was saying, oh, I would say, oh, MD, CEO, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't fully owning it and fully owning it in the sense that I wasn't seeing it from a business point of view. So doing the podcast has been fantastic. And I patted myself on the back for that. But I was not now seeing that MDCU is not just podcast creator. So podcast creator is a different title, but the MDCU title, I didn't carry it on my head fully. And I realized that. So I had to change trajectory or direction a little bit because I saw that I was saying the right things, but I wasn't doing the right things. I wasn't carrying myself with that crown on my head. So I wasn't portraying myself. So there were probably opportunities that would have passed me by because I wasn't seeing myself fully in that light. It's hard to say, but it's the truth. I wasn't seeing myself in that light. So even to sell myself in that light, you will hesitate because you remember like, hey, ah. But the more I'm realizing that I was doing myself a disservice, the easier it is for me to readjust and correct those mistakes. Because like I said, I've gotten to a point where I'm not overly beating myself up about things I did or didn't do. It's more about, okay, how can we change this? How can we fix this? How can we get back on track? It's as simple as. Don't spend too much time now chastising ourselves. Those days have passed. It's now more about how do we move on? What do we need to do to get back in focus, get back, on the right lane and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where I am. So it's realigning my focus, my values and saying, oh yes, this is what I set out to do. How am I doing it? So I might be doing one aspect, am I doing the other aspects? So sometimes you're trying to juggle multiple balls. You can't take your eye off any ball because once you take your eye off one, everything drops. So you have to still try and juggle those balls. So it's me also learning to juggle multiple balls without taking my eye off any one of them. And it's new territory for me in a way. So I have to keep reminding myself so I don't get carried away or get comfortable with juggling just one ball or just two balls. So at all, we're on track. But at all, at the same time, you still remind yourself that you are a person. You are a human being. You make mistakes, you stumble, you fall and all that, but you learn from it and you pick up from it. And that's part of the whole reinvention. It's not a one-day thing. It's not an overnight thing. It's a continuous process. But the most important thing is the awareness, consciousness. You're aware of it. You're intentional about it. And you're unapologetic because no matter how many times you stumble or fall, you keep getting back up. No matter how many times people tell you no, you keep trying, you keep pushing through. No matter how many times, even you might doubt yourself, but you have to keep pushing through because you know why you're doing it and you know what it is that you're trying to achieve. So I don't know what version of myself will be revealed eventually, but I have an idea. I have an idea of the awesomeness that's going to come out of this. But I don't know exactly, every single detail, but I can only keep trying. So hopefully now I'm at a point where I'm no longer afraid to stumble. I'm no longer afraid to fall down because I know that I will get back up. I might not get up the same way all the time. I might not get up excitedly all the time, but I know that I will get up regardless. Even if I drag my feet, I will get up. Even if I shake, I will get up. Even if I fall down with the process of getting up, I will get up. I will keep attempting to get up until I can no longer get up again. And hopefully that will never happen. So as long as I have that mindset, I'm not afraid of what the future may bring. I'm not afraid of what even the present may bring because whatever the case may be, I'm building myself to be able to take whatever comes at me. I'm building myself to be able to absorb whatever comes at me. They say you chest it and bounce it back. Yes, that's what I'm building because that's the only thing that is largely in my control. So I can only work on that while everything else I'm trying to put in place. But I can only keep pouring into myself until the point where I know that, yes, I can now also, I can now also give back. I can now also pour into others. I can now also, you know, be I'll say almost like bulletproof for other people, shock absorber for other people. You have to do it for yourself before you can now do it for others. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love it. So it's lovely. It is lovely, genuinely. Difficult at times, but it's an enriching journey. And I would almost say if you can, give yourself any gifts, give yourself that gift of self-discovery and reinvention, because you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed what lies within you already that you didn't even know existed. You'll be amazed of what you're capable of and you didn't give credit to, or you didn't even acknowledge, you didn't even, you'll be amazed. So if you can do anything for yourself today, just take small time out to rediscover yourself and just, who am I? What am I trying to do? What am I trying to achieve? What have I achieved so far? What mistakes have I made? What things, all those small, small things, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. And I won't trade it for the world. I can't fully explain it. You have to go on this journey yourself. That's why I said it's a personal journey. You can try to explain it to people as much as possible, but each person has to go through their own journey. I do this a lot. I just realized. I think I like waves. So yeah, each person has to go through their own journey themselves. But I think regardless of what you discover, it would always be an eye-opener. It would always be something new, something interesting, something, yeah. It will make you think in different ways. It will give your brain work to do. Let me put it that way. It will give your brain work to do because you have to go back, go forward, go everything. So your brain is active, active. I can say my brain has worked more in the last 4-5 months. And this is coming from someone who's an overthinker. I'm a natural overthinker. Let one thing happen. I've thought 12 different scenarios of how it happened, the way it happened, how it could have happened differently, all those things. I'm an overthinker normally. But now I can say I'm able to, I still overthink, but now I'm able to channel my overthinking into, ways that benefit me, which is where the whole exploring and reinventing comes in. So yeah, it's like I said, if you can give yourself one gift, give yourself that gift of just trying. Let me even just think about this life that I'm living. Am I okay with it? If I'm not okay with it, what part of it am I not okay with? What parts am I good with? What part would I like to change? What specifically do I want to change? What would that look like, for me? And yeah. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, this so far has been therapeutic. Me sharing, me offloading, probably just even getting shit off my mind. It's worked for me. It's worked for me. If eventually becomes a source of income, even better. But even if it doesn't, I'm happy with it's a lie. It's a lie. The plan is for it to become a source of income. Leave that one. Leave that one. Let me not deceive anybody. It's a lie. The plan is for it to become monetizable in some way or the other. Yeah. But just saying that before it becomes, that's the word, before, not even if it doesn't. Before I start to be able to monetize it, I'm going to enjoy the process and I'm going to genuinely immerse myself in it, not just do it for doing sake, but do it because it's something I believe in and it's something that is working for me. So yeah, that's it. That's where I am. I'm not gonna, I think I'll keep this one short and sweet. I don't know what short and sweet is to you, but short and sweet to me is like under an hour or about an hour. And I think I've been talking for about an hour now. So yeah, I'll leave it at this point. Just give yourself that gift of asking some questions. Ask yourself some questions. Am I where I want to be? If not, what can I do differently? Don't overly dwell on what you didn't do or what you should have done. All that one is you can't change the past. You can only change present and future. So think more of in the positives. What can I do differently going forward that will change the outcome, say maybe the next 2 months, in the next 1 year, whatever the case may be. Just give yourself that gift and you'll be surprised. Like 2026 might be a whole different ballgame. The same way 2025 for me was a different ballgame. And that's because I decided I did not want to have the same problems come 2026. Because I'm like, no, I can't be recycling the same problems in just different formats and the same thing. No. I want it to be a different set of problems. It might still be along the same lines, but different sets. So, for example, it might still be financial problems, but not on the same level. It's not financial problems of where you're trying to pay your bills. It's financial problems of I'm trying to expand my business. Financial problems of I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to do it this. That's a different kind of financial problem from where I was coming from. Might be emotional problem of, or you're trying to be in a relationship. So maybe 2025 is, oh, I didn't have any relationship at all. 2026 might not be, oh, I'm in a relationship and we're trying to adjust to ourselves. It's still, relationship problems, but it's different. You have moved. You have taken one step, two steps, three steps. Yeah, so I just use those ones as examples though. There's so many other aspects. So yeah, like I said, I keep it short and sweet. Yeah, this is my reinvention. People are privy. You're getting what they call a front row seat to this whole evolving, to this whole reinvention. It's sort of happening in front of you all somehow. A lot of it has happened behind the scenes, but you're getting a preview of some of it because I'm sharing part of the journey and part of, what's been happening and what's been going on. So yeah, can learn from my mistakes, my fuck ups, my wins, my successes. It's all part of it. So I'm gonna leave you. I've left you with homework. What I think about what you can do differently that would genuinely change the trajectory of your life, or that would genuinely take you closer to what you're trying to achieve for yourself. I'm curious. It would be nice to hear. Write in the comments. Let me see. Let's talk about it. So it's true. It's episode 8, and I know that I should be saying, please like and subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribed, like and subscribe. We have finished the podcast, but it's never too late. I know the subscribe and like buttons have been popping up, but now let me say it. If you watch this far, that means you're enjoying my beautiful nonsense. So please like, subscribe, comment. I can only know what my audience is feeling if you guys talk to me and let me know if I'm making sense, if what I'm saying resonates. And you can also share your experiences. Let's talk about it. I'm a sharer. It's a give and take. I like bounce back. That's why, things like table tennis, football, sports in general, there has to be a second partner because you guys are pew, 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 pew. Yeah. So share your comments, share your experiences. If you take the time to actually think, it would be nice to hear what came up in your thinking. It would be nice to hear. It would be nice. I'd love to hear from you. So whether you do that on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is, anywhere you see me, LinkedIn, please feel free to share, comment, like, subscribe. I would love it. I would appreciate it. And genuinely, it will make me feel happy. It will make me feel happy. So I'll leave you here. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Bye.